Welcome to my studio. I live at Heronswood. I named it 40 years ago. I have a heron's rookery. We hover from 28 to 50 birds, just depends on conditions. It's down in the creek bed, which we are surrounded by water. I remember when I walked onto this property all that many years ago. I'd been looking for 2 years to just trying to decide where I wanted to live. I'd been living at Holiday Island. My kids had loved living there. They grew up and did their high school stuff there, and they were gone. And I did not want to stay. I wanted to go back home. I had lived originally on my farm outside of Siloam Springs, 450 acres of rich prime bottom, with a big creek running right through it, and I was spoiled. So I started looking. And after a couple of years, I came here, and when you drive up here, all you see is a house. And I drove up and I went, oh well, you know, and I walked around the side and I saw the back and I felt it. Artists work in places that feed their soul. That's what we do. And Heronswood is a water vortex. The minute I walked around to the back, I could feel it. And I knew I had come home. Long story short, bought it, and here I am. This studio came much later because I moved here sometime in the early 80s, and now it's 93, 94. I've done animal tracks. I'm in the midst of animal tracks. I'm on a big book tour, and I call my son Charlie and I go, Charlie, build me a studio. Well, he's in Colorado, being an architect, because that's what he is and what he does. And he goes, okay. And so he did. And when I came home from all my big long book tour, this is what I came home to. This stunningly beautiful place with a very special window up top that is a sunburst. I suffer from the winter doldrums. I become very depressed when I lose light. So Charlie gave me that sunburst window so the sun would shine in my studio all year round. What a gift, right? What a guy. But then all my kids are amazing. My oldest son, Jim, who lives in Fayetteville with all my grandkids there. He's my kid that's there. Mom, what do you need? I'm there for you, and he is without fail. Charlie's my creative son, the one who gives me his heart, the one who does this kind of thing for me every chance he gets. Jay, my youngest, he's my matter of fact, this is how it is, Mom, son. He holds my heart. He's awesome. But when I really need some solid, good, in-my-face advice, I call Jay. Their pictures are up here on the wall, and they stay with me while I do my work in my studio. Back to this. The light had to be just right. I've got north light up there. I've got east light here. West light comes in over here, but it's very big eaves hang over to shelter the studio from too much light. Light is essential, but too much is devastating to an artist. My table sits here. The studio was designed for my table to sit here. I have the lights above it. They're a special kind of light that is full spectrum lighting because it has to be the same as the sun for me to have natural lighting to draw. This is where my work grew. This is where I started my American Wildlife Expeditions work. Animal Tracks was amazing, and Animal Tracks was done in my living room and part of it here. It was really the American Wildlife Expedition work that started here. And this studio is where it has lived for 26 years. The hardest, most difficult work of my life, all dedicated to America's wildlife and wildlands.